Rappers are definitely finessing this guy right here. What's going on, everyone? Today we're diving into the wild story of popular YouTuber Jack Doherty and how he's been getting scammed by rappers. If you're not familiar with Jack, he's a 21-year-old content creator known for his flashy lifestyle and let's just say that a less stellar reputation online. Like, people don't really like this guy like that. Honestly, I didn't even know who he was until one of his stories blew up on social media a few weeks ago. And yes, I'm talking about the story where he ended up crashing his Lamborghini live on Twitch. Crazy, right? Honestly, this story was a disgrace because, he essentially put himself and his passenger in danger and someone ended up getting injured, all because he thought it was a good idea to be on his phone while he was driving. I mean, who really does that? Now, that viral story aside, you might have seen it making the rounds just a few weeks ago. That story is, however, not the main focus of today's video, however. What I really want to talk about is how Jack Doherty, I think that's how you say his name, has recently been getting scammed by a couple rappers. So why exactly am I talking about this particular topic? Well, first of all, it just came to my attention and I thought, I want to hit on that topic right there. But you guys already know we cover hip-hop related topics here and this story is tied right into the culture. The first incident we need to talk about regarding this story involves Jack and rapper Lil Baby. About a month ago, Jack decided to throw a massive birthday party. And get this, he booked Lil Baby to headline the event. So yeah, he got that kind of money. And by the way, just wait until you hear how much he paid him. So the party started off as you would expect and it didn't really look too bad. I'm not gonna lie. And then Lil Baby ended up pulling up, and honestly, if I was getting paid the kind of money Jack shelled out, I would be showing up 100%. But here's the thing, it didn't really seem like Lil Baby wanted to be there. He looked distracted, like, alright, let me just get my bag and dip. And that's exactly what happened. Moments after Lil Baby arrived, someone from Jack's crew came through with the cash, straight up handing over the bands right there on the spot. And how much did he pay Lil Baby for this appearance? You might be asking. Well, $200K. Now, if you watch the footage, it's pretty clear that he didn't really want to be there. I mean, Lil Baby looked like he was kind of just like going through the motions. And then came the performance. It lasted around 15 minutes. Lil Baby performed a few songs, smoked his blunt, jumped around a bit, and he called it a day. So you do the math. That's $13,000 per minute. Very easy money. And you know what? As soon as this video hit the internet, people had a lot to say. Many people were commenting about how Jack Doherty got scammed, but Jack didn't seem too fazed. In fact, he defended the situation, claiming that the price was worth it for the hype and exposure. But let's be real, was it really worth it? Especially when it looked like Lil Baby just didn't want to be there. And see, this is when things get crazy because there's another rapper involving Jack Doherty as well. And yes, he did get scammed, in my opinion. And this one involves Polo G. Now, if you thought the Lil Baby situation was wild, just wait for this one. I mean, Lil Baby looked uninterested, but Polo, he made it clear he definitely didn't want to be there. So here's what went down. Jack booked Polo G to perform at one of his Halloween parties, reportedly paying him $200,000. Talk about throwing another $200K away because you know exactly what's going to happen. Everything seemed to be going according to the plan at first, but the moment Polo showed up, it was pretty obvious he just was not feeling it. Not only that, but Polo was essentially just performing like 20% of his songs, and then he did something knowingly. I'm actually going to look at it right now. I'm going to play it, okay? So he's literally stopping the performance right there. And then as you can see, Jack Doherty, he's like, keep going, keep going. And look at what he does next. So if you're not looking at the screen or you weren't paying close attention, Polo G was performing one of his songs when he made a quick gesture to his DJ, basically signaling him to move on to the next track. And that's after he had performed literally, like I told you, 20% of his song, right? Because hey, they're there for the bag. Jack's already getting finessed, so why not keep it rolling? But then Jack goes up to his DJ mid-performance like, bro, you've got to do the whole song, completely unaware that this was already part of the plan. And that's when you see Polo G crack this little demonic smile like, hey, we're finessing this dude right here. And also, let's not forget, Polo G was getting paid over $200,000 just like Lil Baby for this performance right here. And then after running through a few of his songs, Polo G starts heading down the steps, clearly about to leave the building. Because let's be real, he's there for the money, right? He got on stage, performed just enough to call it a show, and now it's time to collect the check. But then Jack tries handing him the mic again like, wait, you're not done yet. And Polo's like, nah, I'm good. Honestly, I don't even blame Polo, man. This was straight up a robbery. a legal one. But hey, Jack practically handed him the bag on a silver platter. The worst part about these performances is they're not really even performing the music. I mean, it's playing in the background and they're saying a couple words here and there, no real energy that's being put into it. But then again, why should they? Here goes this young, naive YouTuber with millions to spare throwing money at these rappers just to be close to them for a moment. If you think about it, this is really a photo op, or in other words, content for his channel. I think this is a great hustle for both Lil Baby and Polo G, so I don't blame them at all, man. Get that money. You know, I've actually spoken about content creators getting finessed by rappers before. Earlier this year, there was a story involving Adin Ross and 21 Savage that you might remember. Now, let me tell you, that whole situation was very slimy. Adin had 21 Savage on his stream, and the finesse, it happened right on camera. The way it all went down was just wild, and honestly, it's a perfect example of how these creators keep getting played by rappers who clearly know the game better than they do, and also, they just don't respect them. If you think Jack's situation is bad, which is kind of bad, let's rewind earlier this year and talk about Adin Ross, because this one takes things to a whole new level. Back in March, Adin reportedly paid Playboi Carti $2 million. Yes, $2 million, and he even gifted him a Ferrari just to appear on the stream. And what exactly did he get in return, you might ask? Well, let's just say a 6-minute conversation. That's right, the whole thing lasted 6 minutes, and as soon as Carti was handed the bag, he was out. And it doesn't end here, because a few days later, Adin posted a photo on Twitter of himself FaceTiming Carti, promising fans that all their questions would be answered soon. But here we are 6 months later, and let's just say those answers never came to fruition. It's another classic example of someone with too much money getting played by a rapper who knows exactly how to secure the bag. And honestly, like the other situations, I can't even really be mad at Carti here. This is finessing 101, let's just call it like it is. I said this before in my Adin Ross and 21 Savage video, but it's so clear that most rappers don't actually respect content creators, especially those who put them on a pedestal because of their status. Look, there's nothing wrong with being a fan of someone at all. I'm fans of a lot of rappers, but I don't put none of these guys on a pedestal. But when you're handing out hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions in Adin's case, you're setting yourself up to get played. Let's be real, finesse culture and rap culture go together like bread and butter. It's all intertwined, so this shouldn't surprise anyone. That said, I do think it's interesting to observe this dynamic. It feels like both Jack and Adin, if not completely oblivious to what's happening, don't seem to be bothered by how it makes them look. And honestly, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they're genuine fans of these rappers. And again, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But you gotta have some respect for yourself. When you're out here getting scammed out in the open, or paying a rapper $13,000 a minute for that rapper to mumble a few words and bounce, that's where the problem is. At the end of the day though, it ain't my money, so to each in his own. Anyway, if you made it this far, that means that you probably enjoyed this video, so drop a like on this video. And also, if you're new here, my name is Blacky Speaks. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the family, and thank you for subscribing. What do you guys think about this whole situation with Jack Doherty and, you know, him getting finessed by rappers? I do think it's kind of funny, but then again, there are some lessons here. Don't get finessed by rappers. That's the lesson. And how do you feel about the idea that rappers don't necessarily respect content creators? Is that something that you agree with, or do you have another opinion on it? Let me know in the comment section below, and as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace. I'm out.